Hello, beautiful people. I am back. I had went to H.E.B grocery store the other day, July 3rd. Now, my husband has a legitimate service dog. It's extremely rare that we ever take her to the grocery store, and I'm going to tell you why. Because grocery stores and department stores are not enforcing the American Disability Act law. Now, all these stores have a right to ask, soon as you walk through that door, is that a service dog or emotional support animal? If they say service dog, then you're allowed to ask them what their task is. That's law. Okay. Walmart does not enforce it, so it's extremely rare that my husband and I even take her to Walmart. Okay, because they allow anybody to bring their pet in there. And let's get this straight too. An emotional support animal, I understand, but that is a pet. That is not a service dog. Service dogs are medical equipment. My husband's service dog, her task is to alert him to a seizure or stroke. Well, let me state this for H.E.B corporate office. I'm ticked. We started bringing her up there. I noticed that you guys were enforcing there at H.E.B on Tremere in Killeen, that you were enforcing the ADA law. So I was like, okay, great. We can take her. We're not going to have some yappy dog up there just barking her and distracting her from her task. Okay, well, my mistake. The other day, I had went up to the store with my brother. While we were there, I didn't bring my husband's service dog. She stayed at home with my husband because he's been having seizures left and right, up and down, north, south, east, west, you name it, he's been having them. And thank goodness I didn't bring her or him, because she would not have been able to do her task due to, apparently, some older lady was in the bread aisle with her pet in a dog stroller. They cannot task from a dog stroller. I don't care if this person said, it's my service dog. No, it's not. I'll call you out up on it. It is not a service dog. It cannot task from inside the dog stroller. So I went around the corner. I found a blue shirt, and I told her, Tina. Well, apparently Tina didn't want to do her job. I told her where she was, what she looked like, and her chihuahua was up inside of a stroller. Now, don't get me wrong, I love chihuahuas. Had 2 of them. Loved them dearly. How I missed them. But one had congestive heart failure, and the other one had allergies out the wazoo. Oh my goodness, it was horrible. But that's beside the point. Leave it! Ah! The squirrel likes to antagonize her. So, Tina didn't want to do her job. So I had turned around and I left the store. I watched this lady the whole time, just pushing around a shopping cart, as we like to call them, buggies, with her dog up in the dog stroller. I love dogs. Love them dearly. But honey, I know as well as anybody out here, that was your personal pet. Now let me state something else for the record. Emotional support animals do not have the same access rights as service dogs and miniature horses. They can be trained to do tasks also. Okay, well this just really ticked me off. So when I got home, I called up there, and she's telling me, well, there's nothing that we can do, because if we ask them if it's a service dog, and if they say yes, that's all we have to let them in. No, you don't. I explained it to this lady, explained it at the wazoo. All four paws must be on the floor at all times, unless their task requires otherwise, like if the person has a seizure or a stroke. You know, a lot of dogs are trained to lay across their owners, to help them, to give them comfort, because my husband's service dog is trained to do that. Well, she wanted to argue with me. She was like, oh, well, you'll have to call H.E.B corporate. You want the number for him? No. That's why I'm making this video, because I want everybody to see this video and how H.E.B is not enforcing the American Disability Act. There's 2 questions that you're allowed to ask. Is that service dog? And what's their task? If it's in a buggy, it cannot task. It can't. It can't. It cannot be done. Emotional support animals, so the person's not freaking out. Come on now. My husband has a emotional support animal, his cat. But is he bringing her up in public? Nah. Emotional support animals stay at home. You don't bring them out in public. It's only dogs and miniature horses that are specifically trained for this person's condition. And they have to be able to perform a task. As soon as the person says, yeah, it's a service dog, what's their task? Get them up out of the buggy. Out of the dog buggy. Because no. I will argue until doomsday about that one. We do not carry around our dog. We do not put him up in the dog stroller. We do not. No. All 4 paws are on the floor at all times with her. Now, under ADA law, you do not have to have a service vest up on them stating service dog or blah, blah, blah. We just do that with her in case my husband's on one side of the store and I may be up on the other side. If he has an episode and somebody has to call the police or the paramedics, God forbid. But if it happens, they know. He's prone to PTSD. He's prone to seizures. He's prone to strokes. They see that on there. But H.E.B corporate office, this video is for you. Enforce the American Disability Act. You have every single right. Every single right. Those greeters within the store, as soon as you walk through those doors, have a right to ask everybody that walks in with a service dog or a miniature horse, is that your service animal and what is their task? It's just a matter of time before you get anybody up in there and they're going to have a medical episode. Like my husband, he can't bring her in there. She'll be distracted. She'll be too focused on this person pushing around their dog up inside of a stroller, instead of feeling my husband's energy coming down that leash like, uh-oh, wait a minute, his energy's changed. Let me focus up on him. Oh, look, there's a dog up in the stroller. H.E.B. corporate, get this straight. Y'all come back now, you hear?